We have Bons Magsambol live from Naga, where senatorial candidates Kiko Pangilinan and Bam Aquino are holding their meeting de avance with the slate of local candidates who are running with former Vice President Lenny Robredo. Party lists affiliated with the Liberal Party are also joining them. Bons?
Hi, Michelle. So yeah, we're here in Naga City in the final stretch of the campaign. Former Senators Kiko Pangilinan and Bam Aquino are here in Naga to join former Vice President Lenny Robredo, now running for mayor, for their meeting de avance. So the event has just started. Supposedly, dapat kanina pa siyang 4 p.m. pero medyo na-delay, nagkaroon ng delay. Nag-start siya around 6 p.m. kanina. So just like the 2022 crowded rallies, itong ginagawang event and throughout the campaign itong Kiko Bam, mainstay dito yung mga artists, mga performers, at para silang nagsistage ng mini concert. So kung matatandaan nyo, during the 2022 presidential elections, parang naging contest actually sa mga iba't ibang lugar na pinupuntahan ng Lenny Kiko tandem, yung kanilang mga rally. So dito sa Naga, Kiko and Bam are hoping that Naga will deliver votes for them. So for context, in the 2022 presidential elections, Lenny Robredo got 92,000 votes here in Naga against her rival, then presidential candidate Bongbong Marcos with just 9,000 votes. So si Kiko at si Bam, umaasa sila na magde-deliver din yung mga Nagueños sa kanila. So for context, Naga has 121,000 registered voters. So itong pagbabalik ng Kiko Bam actually sa Senado is an uphill battle. Ayon sa final survey ng Pulse Asia, parang yung may fighting chance lang dito is si Bam Aquino, who placed between 11th to 18th. So kung mapapansin nyo, hindi pa rin siya nasa safe zone, while si Pangilinan naman ay nasa 17th to 19th. Pero sinasabi ng ating mga political analysts na very fluid pa ito magiging resulta ng election, especially na magkakaroon daw ng mga surprises come election day. Yun daw 8 to 12, dun pa magkakaroon ng mga surprises, hindi pa sigurado kung sino yung kukuha dun sa mga pwesto na yon. So throughout the campaign, kung mapapansin nyo, Kiko and Bam distance themselves from the once powerful Liberal Party kung saan na heavily demonized sila during the Duterte administration. Naging target sila ng attacks with former Vice President Lenny Robredo being the top victim na nag-undermine ng kanyang presidential campaign. And of course, recent political developments, Aquino secured the endorsement of Iglesia ni Cristo. So sa kanilang dalawa, si Bam Aquino lang yung nakakuha ng endorsement. But yung INC kasi may practice talaga sila ng block voting, but hindi ito yung laging case. In the past elections, in 2016 for instance, 77% lang ng INC ang bumoto kay Rodrigo Duterte. So sa buong Pilipinas, merong over 3 million voters ang INC. So imagine, Michelle, kung makukuha ng endorsement ng mga national candidates yung INC talaga, kung mag-block vote talaga sila, secured na sila ng 3 million votes. And of course, balik naman tayo dito sa local elections dito sa Naga. Lenny Robredo, of course, has been leading surveys mga dito sa Naga, yung mga ginawang survey leading up to the elections. Vice President Lenny Robredo is polling 80 to 90%. Yung closest rival niya, si Toots De Quiros, a former broadcaster, only has 10 to 15% voting preference. So sabi nga ng mga experts dito sa Naga, Robredo is just waiting for the polling day on Monday, May 12, to be declared as Naga mayor. So yung ginawang strategy ng Team Robredo dito is hindi sila masyadong nagsasalita ng plataforma nila sa mga campaign sortie, pero naga-house to house sila. Ito daw yung legacy na iniwan na kanyang late husband na si Jesse Robredo, na consultative or yung leadership na ginagawa para malaman yung ano ba talaga yung mga issues ng mga Nagueños na kailangan nilang isolve kapag sila na yung umupo sa pwesto. So, ayun yung mga updates dito sa Naga.
Thanks, Bonds. Some of our viewers might still be disappointed in how Kiko and Bam did not assert themselves as much in the Marcos Duterte fallout. While they were fighting, some might say na masyado silang nag-distance. Ano? So what are your thoughts on this? And ano daw yung strategy nila? And do you think na it's working in their favor?
Okay. Yeah, kung mapapansin nyo, sa gitna ng banggaan ng malaking political camps, the Dutertes and the Marcos, Kiko and Bam chose to be in the middle. Like, hindi talaga sila nakikialam. They remain silent, which experts say working against their favor. Kasi sinasabi nila na yung mga voters daw, nahihirapan daw silang basahin because they're neither here or neither there. So, saan ba talaga sila? So, sinasabi na missed opportunity ito for Kiko and Bam to stand up amid the political noise at maposition talaga nila na sila yung alternative candidates for these two opposing camps.
One question about the voters. So we had former Vice President Leni Robredo. She endorsed unexpected bets, rather. That's Ben-Hur Abalos and Rodante Marcoleta, who aligned themselves more with people who wouldn't really align with the Robredo camp. So how did the voters react to that?
Okay, actually, yung endorsement niya, especially kay Manny Pacquiao, kay Ben-Hur Abalos, it drew criticism sa mga pink supporters na very territorial when it comes to Vice President Leni Robredo. So nakikita nila na parang bakit daw of all candidates, bakit daw nag-endorse pa siya ng other candidates aside from Kiko and Bam. And mabuti na tanong mo yan kasi kanina nakita namin yung mga vans, may mga vans dito para mga shuttle services ni Ben-Hur Abalos. So we're expecting Ben-Hur Abalos actually to come up on stage, although wala pang confirmation from the Leni camp or from the Kiko and Bam campaign teams kung pupunta nga siya. Pero dito sa venue, sa Capitol grounds ng LCC, nakita natin yung mga buses na merong markings ng Ben-Hur Abalos.